I was very much looking forward to the best Christmas pageant ever because I had watched the 1983 version and loved it, so I couldn't wait to check out the 2024 version. And I'm pleased to say that while I didn't like it as much as the other version, I won't compare them completely throughout this, but while I didn't like it as much, it was still a really decent experience. Maybe not as emotional or as heartwarming, but it still worked well. The film was released, of course, in 2024. It's directed by Dallas Jenkins, written by Ryan Swanson, Platt Clark, and Darren McDaniel, based on The Best Christmas Pageant Ever by Barbara Robinson. And I haven't read it. I hadn't obviously read it before watching the previous film. Maybe I should have done because I did enjoy the story. But if you have read the book, it's a children's book. I'd love to know how it compares and what you think of it. I might get around to reading it at some point. And the film tells the story of the Herdman children, who are now taking part in the community Christmas pageant, but the children are unruly, they can't be controlled, they're not nice children to be around. So inviting them to do the Christmas pageant is a bit of a risk because they could potentially ruin it for everybody, including the other children who are keen to be in the pageant. And whether or not they cause disruption, I'm not going to say, but obviously it's a look at these children who, yes, are difficult to be around and have problematic behaviours, but we dig deeper into their home life, their characters, why they may be behaving like this, and obviously giving them a chance to be part of something is really beautiful. Whether or not they take the opportunity, I'm not going to say, but I think that that's a really great message. Give them a chance to shine. Obviously, to some extent, it's up to them what they do with that opportunity, but I do think that it's a really great message. And setting it at Christmas time, the Christmas aspect, obviously that works really, really well. And I do think the story was very well handled. As I said, I don't think it was as emotional or as moving as I remember the 1980s version being. I remember that having some really challenging moments, but challenging for the right reasons, whereas not so much the case here. It's not completely absent of emotional scenes, but I don't think it was as strong in that aspect. It was great to see everything coming together, though, getting to know not just those children, but the other children as well, and the characters are all well written, the performances are very good. The only thing I absolutely hated is the voiceover narration. In general, I hate it. I think it's pointless. The art of storytelling mostly involves showing rather than telling, ironically. Probably should be called story showing, but certainly with film anyway. But we get told a lot in the narration, but it doesn't add anything because most of what we're being told, we're also watching on screen. So it's just really annoying, it's jarring. Nothing wrong with the actual voice, of course, but just the actual presence of the narration I just found to be really irritating, and I didn't care for it at all. Not enough to make it unwatchable, but I really could have done without it. Everything else, though, really great. Great story, characters and performances, great camera work and editing. The costumes look brilliant, the music is great. All things considered, it's a really solid film. I do recommend the 80s version first. I just think it's a stronger experience. But if you like that film, if you like the story, then I'd say the 2024 one is definitely worth checking out.